Today on Keith's Keys, how to go from dreamer to doer. Thanks for joining me. My name is Keith Harris. This is Keith's Keys, and today we're going to talk about accomplishing your dreams. How to go from dreamer to doer. Maybe you have some big dreams in life. Maybe you have some really amazing things that you would like to accomplish. But having dreams without an action plan is basically worthless. Having dreams is great, and everybody needs that seed of passion in order to want to do something. But just having that seed of passion without actually taking any action steps to do something is worthless, right? And we're not going to get anywhere. So how do we break it down? What do we do to try to start moving toward our dreams, especially if they're big? The bigger the dream, the more overwhelming it is, and the less likely we are to even know how to put a step forward. So hopefully today I can help you break it down, help you create some real action plans that'll help you move towards your dream. First of all, your dreams or your goals, whatever they are, you might have a laundry list of them. First thing, write down just like maybe 3 things that you'd like to accomplish. And I don't care what they are. Don't judge them. They can be small, clean the kitchen, they can be huge, it doesn't matter. But pick 3, all right? Then, next step, take one of those 3 and start to map out some defined steps that you can take. The smaller the chunks, the better. That would reach you to that goal, right? So if your goal is to, say, for example, to drive from New York City to LA in a car, one of your steps in there might be fill the car with gas. All right, write that down. And then you might start to map out, drive to this city, drive to that city. In another city, it might be, have the car checked out by an auto dealership, make sure it can make the trip. You'd have many little steps in there that you could accomplish that would help you create a plan of events to go there. And they don't even necessarily have to be in any particular order. But the more you break them down, the smaller, easier chunks. I want to walk to the kitchen. Take 1 step, all right? Now look, if you've had an injury and your leg's broken, 1 step's a big deal. So don't judge your steps. Don't judge how far you break it down. But do break it down so that you start to say, oh, well, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. And suddenly you say, I could do my dream. Because sometimes going from 0 to dream is really overwhelming. We have no idea where to start. But start to break it down. Even if you don't know how to break it down, start to break it down, because doing something is better than doing nothing. And if you do it wrong, you're still doing something. And something, always, I promise you, is making progress. All right? And then the next step, this is really important. This might be the most important thing, but you can't do this until you've done the first 2 steps, right? Create a 1-month action plan of exactly what you're going to do. Day 1, fill the car with gas. Day 2, go to a car dealership, make sure my car is ready to make the trip. Day 3, drive 200 miles and check into a hotel. Whatever, plan it out for the whole month. Make yourself a work schedule and then hold yourself accountable to showing up for work and doing the task. Only plan 2, maybe 4 weeks in advance and do these steps. Then, at the end of the month, review your steps. How did you do? Hold yourself accountable. Have you veered off course? Are your steps not really taking you where you want to? Review, revise, adjust, and keep going. All right? It's great to review and revise. That's a really important part of helping us get to our goals. Now, as part of this process, I'm going to offer you a little advice. Let's call it a bonus step in the process. You have a big dream. You've mapped out the steps, and you've started to look at a calendar of events to put those things in place. If you loathe what you have to do to get there, you've either picked the wrong steps, all right, and there's many ways to get somewhere, right? If I want to go to California, maybe I don't have to drive, for example. Or maybe you've picked the wrong dream. Maybe you really have to sit down, and when you look at what it takes to get there, you say, wow, I really hate what it takes to get there. And here's the truth. It's going to take you longer to get to the dream than you will spend enjoying the dream or the goal, the place you want to get to. Maybe it's even just a checkpoint on the way to a bigger goal. So if you really hate the process, maybe it's not the right goal for you. Maybe you need to pick something that you're really fired up about, that you want to do, that you have to do for yourself. And that's okay. That might be a great process for you to say, I guess I should do something else with myself, and revise. That can be a lot of fun to revise, and it can be a really important part of really finding the dream that puts you in your fire, right? So don't judge yourself. Don't say, well, I've always been good at this. Everyone says I should do this. Society says that. My friends, everyone. No. You figure it out for yourself. And if you love what you're doing, if you love the process, if you're fired up about it, if you find each day more creative ways to accomplish it, that's the right dream for you. And that's the one you should pursue. And doing even a little bit of something every day, those even baby steps, will get you to your dream. I absolutely promise. So let's take this example once from a singer's point of view. Let's say I want to learn, my goal is to practice singing 1 hour a day, full out, without getting vocally tired. Okay? I put that as my goal. Now, action steps might be different ways to practice, right? And voice lessons. I might say, okay, so I'm going to need some voice lessons. I'm going to need some vocal training. I might want to go to some vocal seminars and say, okay, I'm going to need different practice techniques to get to that hour. So I'll say, well, practicing short spurts each day, practicing combined short spurts each day. I might write down different vocal exercises I can do. Then I'll put it down into a calendar. First day, practice 10 minutes twice. Over time, I might combine that. By the end of the week, I might say I'm going to practice 2 15-minute sections. Then I might increase it. Then I might get to a half-hour practice session with an additional 10 minutes later and slowly start to build up. As I get to a half hour, I might say, okay, readjust and go back to the voice teacher. And I start to create a practice schedule that you'll find, if you really hold yourself accountable, by the end of the month, you'll be able to practice for 1 hour without getting vocally tired, because you'll have built yourself up to it and you'll have created a plan to get there. Now, if you fall short, let's say you're still getting vocally tired, but you're singing for an hour, or you made it to 45 minutes. That's huge progress over where you started. And you say, okay, I kind of missed my goal, so what do I have to do to readjust to make it again? But honestly, doing something, making some progress, is so much better than doing nothing and essentially pretending you have a dream that you're not serious about if you're not really taking action. So, write it down, take some action, and I wish you the very best in accomplishing your goals. And if I can be of any assistance, please email me, keithharristraining@gmail.com.